back to the channel Tarot Yogi. I'm Vinit, I read tarot intuitively, and today we're doing a very special timeless pickacard reading. We're doing what lurks deep within your shadow, what does your shadow look like, and how you can integrate it. And if you don't know what shadow is, if you don't know what shadow work is, you may want to check out the shadow work reading that I did on the channel. The first reading that I uploaded was a shadow work reading, which I very much comprehensively explain what shadow work is. So I will try to link it in the description box below, but if I'm not able to, you can definitely check out the Timeless Pickacard playlist on the channel and just scroll down. The first reading is a shadow work reading. So having said that, we have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1, we have the Ace of Diamonds. Pile number 2, we have the Joker. Pile number 3, we have the 4 of Clubs. So take a minute, see what pile is being called to you intuitively. The timestamp for your pile will be in the description box below. And again, remember, it's a general reading, take what resonates, leave the rest. And again, if you feel triggered, do not watch this video. You know, there are plenty of other videos you can watch. So only watch this video if you are in a place where you can be honest with yourself and you have the space to be real with yourself. You know, because what shadow work readings are meant to trigger you, and triggers are not always bad. Sometimes it's exactly what you need to grow, you know. So having said that, it's a general reading, take what resonates, leave the rest. If you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment, it would mean a lot. I know I'm a little slow when it comes to replying to my comments, but I read all of them and I will reply to all of y'all, and I'm just so grateful for all the love. And if you would like to reach out for a private reading, my email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below. So you can definitely reach out for a private reading, and I'll see you guys in your reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the Ace of Diamonds, this is going to be your reading on what lurks within your shadow. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, star family, help me tap into what lurks deep within pile number 1's shadow. How does pile number 1's shadow look like? What lurks deep within pile number 1's shadow? Clear, concise message of spirit, thank you. What does pile number 1's shadow look like? What lurks within pile number 1's shadow? Okay, so we have King of Cups, the Lovers, 6 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. So we have a lot of cup cards here. So what I'm picking up right away for pile number 1, what truly lurks in the depths of your shadow is a lot of residual feelings. I feel that there has been a lot of repression and suppression of your emotions. I feel you probably grew up in a family where expressing how you felt was not given a priority, and I feel the intimacy issues that you carry within yourself come from your family, for sure, you know. And I feel pile number 1, you are meant to break these generational cycles. You know, I feel you never really got to be a kid. You sort of had to grow up very, very fast. You sort of had a lot of responsibilities circumstantially falling on your head. And I think your shadow is very destructive because you may sort of have it all, you know, you may sort of have a very normal day-to-day life. But what is happening here is you have suppressed it so deep within yourself that you're just not able to even recognize when you're triggered. Because I feel you might be just going through your day and you will just sort of fall back into your own thoughts and your emotions, and you're not even able to sort of recognize where all this is coming from. I feel a lot of y'all are very anxious right now. I feel a lot of y'all are not sleeping well. But you need to know that your shadow is nothing more than a part of you. So you have really sort of, I feel a lot of y'all have just compartmentalized yourself to an extent where, you're keeping yourself functional no matter what the cost. And I feel it is finally catching up to you. I'm just being very real here. And I feel there's a lot of unworthiness. I feel you believe subconsciously believe that you don't deserve good things over here. That's what I'm picking up. You feel you have to sort of put your own wishes on the backbench to like give importance and priority to other people's needs and things. You're not the kind of person who will take a day off for themselves. Even if you have a holiday, you will probably go and help someone. So I think it's time for you to be a little selfish. I think it's really time for you to be a little selfish. Because you do have a lot of abundance coming to you, is what I'm sensing, but you will not be able to be at your full potential if you truly don't believe that you deserve to win and you deserve the good. So I feel it really boils down to your own self-worth over here. You really have to start valuing yourself. And I feel you have just sort of cut yourself in half. You sort of have this functional side to you. What a part of you that everyone sees. And then there is this whole other emotional side of you that you don't really show people. I don't think you are the kind of person that would be vulnerable given the chance. You would probably just suppress your emotions even more. And what that is doing is it's creating a smoke screen. It's creating an illusion from you getting the clarity that you want and you need. And you subconsciously have just started believing that things will never go right for you. And I feel this can be very, very, very dangerous for you. So I think what you really need to do is you have to find a way to reprogram your mind here. I feel that is very, very important. And at the end of the day, you have a choice here. You very much have a choice here, pile number one. And you can choose to work on it. You can choose to put in the daily effort to integrate this part of yourself, because if you don't and if you just keep going on, you're just going to be more and more divided. And let me tell you, that is no way to live, pile number one. So I think what really needs to happen here is first acceptance. And first also just the realization that you do have a choice. I feel this is a lot, and I feel your unworthiness is very much connected to you feeling powerless. You need to stop feeling so powerless, pile number one. I think what is also happening here is you're sort of afraid of your own power. And I kind of get that, but you're not the kind of person who would never be accountable for what they have done. You're very self-aware, but you're sort of self-aware for all the wrong reasons here. You need to use it to your advantage and your benefit here. I feel you might be avoidant kind. You might be very avoidant of your own emotions and other people's emotions. You feel very uncomfortable when someone else is being vulnerable around you. And I feel that itself is a very important sign. And the way I look at it, triggers are very important. Triggers make you realize the things that you have to work on, whether you like it or not. It is your emotional body, it is your mind, it is your subtle body telling you what needs to be dealt with. You wouldn't create a fuss if you threw up, right? You wouldn't feel ashamed. It's a biological response to eating something bad. And it's funny because I was taking a walk this evening and I just saw a cat throw up, and I've never seen someone throw up so elegantly as a cat. And I feel that has some relationship with this reading, because you still maintain your grace no matter what happens, and you don't like to give people a chance to sort of to sort of give someone a leeway to hurt you. And all of this is definitely coming from your childhood, but you need to understand that not everyone is out here to get you. And what you need to do is you need to go back and re-examine things within your own life that made you feel less than, that made you feel that you're not worthy of being in your full power. I feel that is really the problem here. And I feel you subconsciously, what you feel is that things will never change for you, just because so many bad things have happened to you. It's just been one bad thing after the other progressively. And I really feel you, pile number one, but I just want you to know that at this point in your life, at least, no one is holding you back but you. So you very much have a choice here to feel these feelings and make it a part of yourself, because it has always been a part of yourself. And at times it may look like standing up for yourself, standing up to your parents, even standing up to your friends, your lovers, whoever. And let me tell you, it is very imperative that you do this, because you truly have to live with yourself at the end of the day. And there's no point lying to yourself. And there's no point being what you're not meant to be in this life. Why waste this reincarnation? Don't waste it. You're meant to be special. All these things have happened to you for a reason. So don't be avoidant anymore. You very much have the right to change your identity whenever you wish. We'll use tarot and see how can you integrate this shadow. How can pile number one integrate this? So we have Two of Cups, Four of Swords, Three of Swords, Queen of Cups, Temperance, and Ace of Wands. I think pile number one, what it really boils down to, how you can integrate your shadow, is even if your parents are alive, you sort of hypothetically have to kill them and go back, really look back at your life and see who would you have been if you had the so-called perfect childhood that you want or wanted, and start living and behaving like that. Because what you truly need to do is you need to reparent yourself. Let me tell you something, and this is something a friend of mine told me, and she basically said that you wouldn't have been with the kind of people that you have been with, if things were very much the way you wanted them to be in your childhood. And that really hit me hard, and I feel that's what you also need to hear over here. You wouldn't settle for any nonsense that you find on the road here, because that's what I'm picking up here. I feel a lot of you are very maternal. It doesn't matter if you're a male or a female. You very much have this divine feminine nurturing vibe to you, and I feel that is also partly the reason that you attract narcissists, that you attract broken people. And you need to know that it is not your job to fix anyone but yourself. Yes, you can help someone, but you can only help someone if they want to be helped. You cannot love anyone harder, and that's never going to make anyone change. If at all people change, most of them change for the worse. Because they truly lack the self-awareness that it takes to transform, which you have. You have the self-awareness. That's why you're even watching this video, right? So it's truly the time for you to reparent yourself. And I feel a lot of y'all are single right now. Just know that once you start reparenting yourself, once you internally start feeling that you truly don't need anyone, will your divine counterpart come in. Your soulmate, your twin flame. And I know that's very cliche and ironic, but that's just how life is. Once you sort of tell universe that you're complete within yourself, that is sort of you doing perfectly in your test, and then you sort of get rewarded. and it's almost like it feels like an initiation. And I'm not talking about these modern day initiations that we have, I'm talking about, even if you just look back in history, initiations were never pleasant, and initiations were only there for very specific people, because not everyone is meant to be initiated into things that you are. So I'm picking up a lot of y'all, maybe tarot readers, my Reiki healers, my yoga teachers, my astrologists, whatever you do, I feel a lot of y'all are practicing magicians and witches, but know that all of this is also coming from your past life. And you sort of have to not just clear cycles of this life, but also from your past life. And like I was saying earlier, I feel a lot of y'all just need to sleep. A very huge way of tackling your shadow, which is something you cannot see, is to bring yourself into balance. Really simplify your life, make it very fundamentally easy. Like look at an animal. What does an animal do? It sleeps, it eats, it hunts. Then it sleeps again, and it has water, right? It has very basic functions to live. And that's what you need to do right now. You need to really simplify your life. I feel a lot of y'all also need to be grounded. And when you finally allow yourself to do these things, because I feel a lot of y'all are my doers. I feel a lot of y'all derive your sense of identity from what you do. So, start doing these small things for yourself. And I would really recommend taking a walk in the park, bare feet if you can, or forest. It's going to be very, very important for you, because you're sort of opening up a dam here of your own heart. And only when you release these feelings will you be able to truly transform to your highest potential. So in order to do that, you need to feel your feelings. And how is that going to happen? It's only going to happen when you allow yourself to be still enough to feel everything that you're feeling and let it go. Because no feelings are meant to be stuck. You make your feelings stuck, and that is pretty much the problem here, by number one. No one, I feel no one has ever allowed you to speak. That's why you feel you don't have a voice anymore. And that's not okay. You very much have the right to take your power back. We were speaking about choice earlier, right? So you very much have a choice here to take your power back. And I feel a lot of y'all will. And then what will happen is, like I said, I feel a lot of y'all are my tarot readers, my Reiki healers, my yoga teachers, spiritualists, occultists, whatever you do. Even if you have a very worldly job over here, everything that you have learned, don't try to bypass any of it, because it's going to be a very important lesson, because you are meant to affect the collective in some shape, form of way. Yeah, in some way, so all of a sudden I'm not able to form my words. So I feel a lot of y'all need to truly start speaking your truth and start living in your truth, and not give a shit about who is offended and who is not offended. There's no more watering yourself down to make anyone feel better about themselves. It is their job to feel good about themselves. You've been carrying way too much baggage of too many people. So I feel a lot of your throat chakras are blocked. And you're very much meant to work with your throat chakra in this life. Let me tell you, not everyone is supposed to work with their throat chakra in a given lifetime. Only when you have ascended to a greater extent in your life do you get the ability to work with your heart, your throat, your third eye, and your crown chakra. And I feel that is you over here. You are meant to teach a lot of people. You're meant to heal a lot of people. And you will only be able to do all of this if you heal yourself first. And all it sort of boils down to is a choice. You truly need to rest. And by rest, I mean really rest. Not just not do anything and then overthink. You need to sort of take your mind and throw it in the dustbin. Because all the beliefs that you have about yourself are very self-limiting. Stop believing the negative things about yourself. Or if it gets too much, just write down all the negative things that you feel about yourself, and then try to come up with an opposite statement. And then when you rationalize and see that the accusations that you make to yourself are not even rooted in reality, you will realize that it has no power over you. Right? And I feel this will sort of help you come into balance. You're definitely meant to heal over here. And what you need to heal more than anything is your heart chakra. There's a lot of heaviness over here. And once you heal your heart chakra, you will be renewed. You will feel like a new person again. It will be a rebirth for you. And I feel a lot of y'all are meant to create something in this life. I feel a lot of y'all are very creative over here. So you will have access to your creativity, and your creativity will be at an all-time high. But you have to allow yourself to do this. You know, just open the Pandora's box over here, and the Pandora's box over here is your heart. And just let whatever needs to be washed away, wash away. And I feel a lot of y'all are also very stuck up about your identities. Y'all don't want to let go of the identity that you have created out of your trauma. And let me tell you, holding on to that is no longer serving you. So what you truly need to do is actually really let go. And you have it in you. You wouldn't have such a difficult life if you didn't have it in you. You know. So nothing is beyond your jurisdiction here, by number one. Very powerful. I feel a lot of y'all just need a good cry and a good hug. You know, and I really wish I could hug y'all, but I cannot. So please hug yourself, you know. It's alright. It's really okay. I feel the worst is truly over for you. Yeah. And communicate. I feel a lot of y'all are meant to communicate. Like I said, you know, a lot of y'all are meant to work with your throat. So speak your truth. Speak it every day. You know, don't give a shit who's offended, who's not offended. You know, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to your magical, beautiful self over here to speak your truth every day. Because if you don't, it's just going to create more problems within you. Pull some oracle. See. Any final advice here? I don't know these card names. So we have card number 24, card number 10, card number 22, 51, and 6. So there has been a lot of abandonment. There's definitely been a lot of abandonment with you in your life. And just know that anyone and everyone who abandoned you, it was their loss. You were the blessing all along, and it was the test. And people have only shown their true colors here. So just know that if anyone has hurt you over here, they're very much paying the price for it. And they will be paying a price for it for a very long time. And you may not always see this, but just know that it is happening, because I see it here. And you need to realize that what has happened with you is everything that you have sort of gone through, it has truly made you into who you are today. And I feel your own personal identity has shifted more than an average person's identity. And just know that even that has reason. You're meant to have an impact here. You're almost being baptized and purified by fire, and it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant being purified by fire. And I feel a lot of y'all didn't even have a choice here, right? And I feel that is what you're mad about, because I feel deep down, even you know the truth. You know, a lot of things were not meant to last in your life, but they have. You very much feel you didn't have a choice, but and that sort of again comes back to what I was saying. You know, you do have choice now, and even the worst things were happening for your own good. And let me tell you, you will be able to see this one day about yourself. Because honestly, the only thing holding you back right now is you. The worst is over. So if you made it through the worst, everything now is a cakewalk for you, by number one. I'm saying that to you. You know, so start believing that you deserve the best, and don't settle for any garbage on the road. You know, I say this often in my videos, you know, that God will always take out the trash before truly blessing you, so you won't even have to get your hands dirty. You know, and I feel you need to look at a lot of events in your life in that perspective. because what it will also do is it will give you a sense of humor about the darkest things that have happened to you. And the only way to be okay with the messed up shit that you have gone through is to laugh about it at some point. You know, because nothing has power over you. It only has power as much as you give it. You know, so why not joke about it and have a good time about it with yourself, right? That's what I do. Yeah. So that's all I have for pile number 1. Again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. If you would like to reach out for a private reading, my email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below. So you can definitely reach out, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose the Joker card, this is going to be your reading on what lurks in the depths of your shadow. Okay, jump cards. What lurks in pile number 2, sorry. You may have some messages in pile number 1. You may be attracted to pile number 1. What lurks in pile number 2's shadow? What does pile number 2's shadow look like? What does pile number 2's shadow look like? Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, star family. What lurks in pile number 2's shadow? So we have 2 of Cups, 6 of Cups, Knight of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, Temperance. So we have sort of similar cards to pile number 1. You may want to check it out, but let's get into this. So what is truly lurking in your shadow is, I'm getting 2 things. Pile number 2, you feel that you will never be enough. You feel as if you will never be enough for anything or anyone in your life. And I feel your inner child has been so wounded circumstantially by things that you sort of feel that you always have to sort of cut corners. You're very much triggered into being in survival mode all the time. You feel you will not get the love you deserve because you somewhere subconsciously feel you don't deserve it. You don't deserve to be happy. You know, this is a rather dangerous aspect of your shadow over here. And what I also feel here is, you're the kind of people, pile number 2, you feel as if time is always running out. You feel time is always running out for you. And let me tell you, that is not the case. That is so not the case over here, you know. Yes, you have a limited time to do what needs to be done, but you need to know that, I mean, have you ever seen a sunflower rush its growth process? No, right? Like, you've never seen a plant be impatient with its own growth. Like, even look at wild animals, right? When they sort of just grow up pretty much in the wild. And I feel that is what has happened with you, you know? People who were supposed to protect you haven't protected you, and you sort of feel you were just sort of left out to the wolves. And yes, it has made you very strong, it has made you very resilient, it has made you the person you are today. But you haven't really lived your childhood. And you somewhere feel you didn't deserve to live a childhood that would, you know, be a happy one. You very much feel as if you're not deserving. You're not deserving of good things coming to you in your life. And I feel this sort of reflects in your own behavior at times. I feel even if good things happen, you just sabotage it for yourself. You pretty much have a tendency of sabotaging friendships, relationships, anything good in your life. And then you get more mad at yourself about it. You know, which sort of just reinstates this very painful perpetual cycle for you. And what you need to know that the cycle doesn't have to be perpetual. I feel a lot of y'all are not in touch with your emotions at all. A lot of y'all, whenever you try to come in touch with your feelings, you just feel you're drowning. And sometimes what you need to do is you need to drown. And just know that at the end of the day, you will make it out of the deep end. And I think all of it just boils down to having faith and trust in yourself. I think you have lost trust within yourself. And let me tell you, that can be very dangerous. That is not okay. And what you can do right now is, I feel a lot of y'all, I feel your masculine aspect is very unhealed. You know, your masculine aspect is very damaged. It has happened in your childhood, it has happened in your teenage, and even your adulthood, you know. Different circumstances have just really damaged your sense of self-worth and your ability to do things. And let me tell you, you are a very powerful manifester. You have you have the strength and the ability to do and go to places that most people don't. And you very much have the strength to even traverse your own inner depths over here. And you need to know that you're not truly going to be drowning. What is going to happen is you're going to realize that even the vast ocean that is your own unconscious doesn't have any power compared to you, because it is a part of you, right? So I think a lot of y'all are trying to manifest and your manifestations are not coming in, and you're not understanding why, and it's frustrating you, but you're not able to look at your blind spot, which is the fact that you haven't really cleared out things. I think you really need to take a look into your past and resolve certain things from your childhood, certain beliefs that were thrown onto you for you to sort of adopt. You know, you don't have to believe those things anymore that people told you about yourself, because you're so much more, and you know that. And in the right time, the right people will come and they will see you for who you are. And I feel that is also one of the fears that you have here, pile number 2, that you just feel so frightened that you will never be seen for who you are. And only when you're able to look at yourself for who you are will the right people come in. I know it's a bit of a cliche and ironic thing that the universe does, God does with us, but that is the case, right? Once you prove it to yourself that you are worthy, everything else just falls into place. And you naturally fall into alignment. You know, there's nothing to do but to be yourself in your most authentic essence over here, right? And what you don't see is, yes, you may feel you'll not be able to cross this big ocean in front of you, and you feel you will drown, but you need to know that even the abyss is a part of you, and only by going into it will you be the master of it. You very much have the strength here, you know, and the Knight of Cups here, he's sort of floating with the chalice, right? So I think that is the message. You know, you are a hybrid human, you know, you sort of have some supernatural abilities here that most people don't. And I think the more time passes, the more you will start waking up, the more you will realize why things happened the way they had to happen. And that will set you free. But it very much has to do with you just feeling your feelings, you know, don't try to intellectualize your thoughts. I think what you're doing is you're intellectualizing your thoughts and your feelings, and what you have to do is you have to feel your thoughts and you have to feel your feelings over here. Because they're not meant to be, your feelings are not meant to be stuck, they're not meant to stagnate within you. But I feel circumstantially you may not have had the chance to express how you feel, but I feel now is the time that you truly need to stand up for yourself. We'll see how you can integrate these aspects of your shadow. How can pile number 2? Okay, so we have Ace of Wands, Six of Swords, the Hermit, the Moon, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and Knight of Coins. So how you can integrate this aspect of your shadow is, I feel a lot of y'all need boundaries. Pile number 2, the biggest message and I feel the lesson in your life has you sort of learning to assert boundaries and maintaining your boundaries, not just asserting them. You know, I feel now is the time. I feel a lot of y'all are introverts, and I'm picking up very heavy Taurus energy. Or, you know, you may have some prominent Taurus or Pisces placements in your chart. You could also be a Virgo, Gemini. You know, you could have any of those prominent placements in your chart. But what you need to know is, it is okay for you to have boundaries, and it's not just okay. You need to have boundaries. And if no one can respect your boundaries, they might as well be on the other side of it. They might as well be on the other side of it. You truly don't need people in your life who cannot value, you know, you having personal space. And I feel you are a giver, so you personally feel very conflicted when you feel like asserting boundaries. And let me tell you, I really feel you. I've been here. You know, like, I cannot, for example, hang out with my friends no matter how much I want to, you know, especially since I'm doing psychic work. You know, my sensitivities are very, very high, so I have to isolate myself at times. You know, because I don't genuinely want to feel what other people are feeling at most times. You know, and I feel that is very much the case with you here. And the more you will speak up for yourself, the more you will assert your boundaries, the more people will learn to respect you. Because you sort of have to teach people. You know, humans are just like animals, you know, just the way you teach an animal to do a trick. You very much have to teach, you know, your fellow human how to be treated, you know, how you wish to be treated by them, how they can behave with you. And the more you allow yourself to repose within your own being, the more you will be able to commune. Because I feel a lot of y'all are communing with higher powers. God, the universe, angels, ancestors, even dark forces, whatever you believe in. You know, you're very much protected and guided. So you need to know that. You know, so let go of just feeling unsafe. I feel a lot of y'all are feeling very, very unsafe. And you don't need to feel unsafe over here. You very much have new things coming to you. And what is happening right now is you're going through a rite of passage. You're very much going through a rite of passage, you know. And what you're doing is you're shifting timelines. And there will be things revealed to you at a given time. I feel full moon is going to be very, very important for you guys, and just moon cycle in general. So pay attention to moon cycles. I feel a lot of y'all are lunar witches, you know, my lunar magicians of some kind. So what you need to do is you need to take a deep dive into your own emotions and your own abyss, your own personal abyss. And you will be able to come out of it victorious. All you have to do is, you just have to do the work. You have to do the inner work over here. You will realize that no monster within you is more powerful than you, because even that is a part of you, you know. And you very much have the power and the right to pop it like a pimple, so to speak, over here. And what this will do for you, let me tell you, it may take time. I feel you're looking for growth, progress, abundance. It will come. But it will come slowly. It will take its time. And I'm going to warn you all. I feel a spirit is telling me to warn you all over here, because you are my kind of people, and I'm getting a lot of Taurus energy here because I'm a Taurus too. So you sort of let things get worse. You know, you sometimes want to see how worse a thing can get than it already is. Don't do that anymore. You know, you have the intuition that you didn't have before. You have the discernment that you didn't have before. So please use it. Don't let things get that bad. Don't let universe and God give you towers. Start giving yourself the towers that you know are coming. You know, and I feel a lot of y'all need to just cut people out, left, right, center. And you just need to be alone. You truly just need to be alone. And just know that even when you're alone, you're not truly alone. Because you do have your angels, ancestors, spirit guides. You know, you do have your ascended masters. And you will start seeing the synchronicities only if you, or you'll start seeing more synchronicities only if you give yourself the space. I think right now you just need physical space, emotional space, mental space. You truly just need to be alone. And I feel a lot of y'all are trying to not be alone right now. I feel a lot of y'all are just grasping. You're just grasping at people, things, places, whatever, objects. Stop grasping. You know, eliminate grasping. Learn to be okay in the dark. And that's when you realize that the dark is not your enemy, it's actually a friend. You know, dark is bestie, so to speak, over here. So you need to know that you're very, very protected and you're very, very guided. And you will be guided out of your own personal hell here, so to speak. But take the effort, show up for yourself every day. In whatever way it means, you know, it's a general reading, so fit it to your situation. If showing up for yourself means that, you know, you're gonna go take a walk in the park, bare feet, to ground yourself, please do that. If showing up for yourself means you're going to hit the gym, please hit the gym. If showing up for yourself means that you're going to learn to say no to people, please start saying no. It's the 2-letter word. It's one of the best. I think it is the best 2-letter word, no. You know, and you will start realizing your own value. And once that happens, you will be truly unstoppable over here. Shuffle some oracle. We have card number 6. So again, I think the worst is over. The worst is truly over for you, and the only person holding you back now is you. And I'm getting a sense of paranoia over here. I think what has happened here is you were in very, very difficult situations and you never realized. And I feel this also has a lot to do with a lot of two-faced people in your life who are highly, highly deceptive. And because of that, you feel you cannot trust anyone or anything, and you're also doubting yourself. But just know that it was just a lesson. It was just a very small chapter in your book. It was not the whole book. And at the end of the day, you have the power to sort of give power to something or not give power to something. You know, the only thing controlling now is you. So you need to realize that the parts of yourself that you don't want is exactly what you need the most right now. And I feel for a lot of y'all it is being alone. Because the pearl you will find there will be unmatched to anything ever. Yeah, so that's all I have for pile number 2s. Again, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. If you would like to reach out for a private reading, you can definitely do that. My email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below, so you can definitely reach out. And I'll see you guys in the next reading. Thank you. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the 4 of clubs, this is going to be a reading on what lurks within your shadow. What lurks deep within pile number 3's shadow. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, star family. Help me tap into what lurks deep within pile number 3's shadow. What lurks deep within pile number 3's shadow? What does pile number 3's shadow look like? Clear, concise message, Spirit. Thank you. Okay, pile number 3. So we have the 4 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, Lovers, 4 of Swords, 6 of Cups, 8 of Wands. So you could be any of my Earth signs, my Tauruses, my Virgos, my Capricorns, or you could have any of those prominent placements. You could be a Gemini, yeah, or you could be a Cancer. So what I'm getting here with your shadow is, and the 4 of Clubs, it reads, even the devil needs rest. So I feel what is happening here is you were the kind of kid growing up where too many expectations were put on you. You know, you were the sort of kid who had to get good marks to feel worthy in front of their parents. I'm just giving this as an example. You know, I'm sure certain things like this has happened in your childhood, and you've had to constantly fight. You've had to constantly fight to prove your worth. And let me tell you, first thing, you inherently are worthy, even if no one has told you that. You are inherently worthy, even if you don't achieve anything in the worldly sense, even if you don't make any money, you still are very beautiful and very valuable. And you may not believe this about yourself, but you need to start believing this about yourself, because that is the only way you can conquer your shadow. You know, I feel you've dealt with a lot of strict parents, strict teachers. You were sort of ostracized. You were always the kid who had to sort of fend for themselves. You know, you feel very alone in the world. And what your shadow wants is for you to feel alone in the world. So it can keep you there. It can keep you small. You're not small. You know, you're really larger than life here. You're so much more than what you can see yourself right now. I feel a lot of y'all don't even allow yourself to rest and sleep. I feel a lot of y'all would just start feeling guilty if you take a day off. And I feel a lot of y'all just need to take a day off and just do whatever you always wanted to do and not feel guilty about it. You know, that's how you will sort of overcome your shadow. I feel a lot of y'all are doing a lot. I feel a lot of y'all may be studying and working. I feel a lot of y'all are trying to get a job, and you're probably not getting a job because somewhere you feel you don't deserve it. And I feel a lot of your issues with your sense of self-worth is also coming from a place of having your own inner masculine and feminine imbalanced. You know, we all have a feminine and masculine within us, and what is happening here is you've had to suppress one of the either. You know, it's a general reading, so it's going to be different for everyone. You know, for my women, I feel you've had to repress your feminine side, and for my masculines also, I feel you'll had to repress like your feminine side. So I feel a lot of y'all are struggling with healing your feminine wounds, your mother wounds over here, and you need to know that yes, you have to do your daily chores, you have to do what needs to be done, you have to do what has been asked of you, but the abundance that you want to attract will only come in once you allow yourself to receive. I feel a lot of y'all just need to allow yourself to receive, because what has happened here is I feel a lot of y'all write poetry, I feel a lot of y'all paint, a lot of y'all are dancers or were dancers. You know, y'all used to write poetry, y'all used to paint. And what has happened is you've truly lost touch with your feminine over here. And only when you make peace with your feminine and bring it into balance will you be able to attract things, because you will start feeling worthy. I feel deep down you feel you don't deserve anything good. You know, and I feel a lot of y'all have very sabotaging tendencies, And all of this is coming from your shadow. And what you need to do now is to put your shadow to rest. Because you very much have it within you to put your shadow to rest, and you're not doing that. You know, you're just so, you're just sort of so stuck up with the war within yourself that you're not able to see that the worst is over. And the only thing holding you back now is you. You know, so why do that to yourself? You know, you don't have to suffer anymore. Yes, a lot of self-realization can happen through suffering. And I feel for a lot of people that is the case. And I feel you've learned everything you had to from those situations, and things don't have to be that bad anymore unless you manifest it for yourself. And the only way you can manifest a different cycle, the only way you can take a quantum leap over here is coming into alignment, is by, you know, accepting all parts of you and just letting the old obsolete parts of you that are no longer serving you rest. I feel a lot of you just need to go back and uncover things in your childhood that have made you feel a certain way. I feel there are a lot of memories. I feel I'm getting very specific memories for a lot of y'all. I feel y'all are holding on to very, very specific memories that have painted a certain narrative about who you are or who other people have seen you to be. And let me tell you, that is not the case. You're so much more. You know, you have just sort of, you have started misidentifying yourself because other people have misidentified you. You know, I feel a lot of you all just want to be seen for who you are, and one of your biggest fears is you will never be seen for who you truly are because people just don't want to look that deep. And you are very, very deep here is what I'm picking up, pile number 3. And what you need to understand is, once, you know, you bring your own feminine and masculine in complete balance. And let me tell you, balance is very dynamic. Balancing yourself in one moment looks very different than what it means to balance yourself in the next. So you need to understand the flow of time also. And you also have to take into account the impermanence of things over here. And it is okay for you to change. I feel a lot of you all just need to know that it is okay. You know, because y'all are just so triggered. At least y'all have been so triggered that it has almost become a part of you. You know, all these voices that are truly not yours. And that is what is still affecting you from your shadow. You know, you cannot see this big bad enemy that is totally draining you. I feel a lot of y'all may be drained, fatigued. A lot of y'all have anxiety and you cannot understand why are you so anxious. And that's where your anxiety is coming from. What you need to know is, once you heal this part of yourself, things are going to move very, very fast for you. Things are going to move very, very fast for you. I feel a lot of y'all may be synchronistic to birds, crows, ravens. Just know that your ancestors are very, very close to you and they're protecting you. And I feel a lot of y'all are my generational curse breakers. You know, and pile number 3, you are the special kind. You know, not everyone breaks generational traumas and curses. You know, a lot of people perpetuate more karmic patterns and cycles in their life, but you're not that. You are heaven sent. You are an angel. You know, so start seeing yourself like that, pile number 3. It's going to be very, very important. I feel a lot of y'all are meant to be in a position of power. And you know, if you're already not there, just know that you have great things in your destiny. I feel a lot of y'all are meant to communicate. I feel a lot of y'all are meant to affect the collective in some shape or form. You know, you might as well be a content creator on YouTube, you know, or you're meant to be seen is what I'm trying to say, pile number 3. So stop hiding, and stop hiding from yourself, because I feel what is happening here is you're really just hiding from yourself, you know. You have to suck out the poison. You know, the venom doesn't need to be in your system anymore. You can put things to rest. You really have it within you to put things to rest if you truly wish to. You very much have a choice. You have a choice to end all of this. Very powerful. We'll see how can pile number 3 integrate the shadow even more. Okay, so we have Ace of Cups, the Magician, Ten of Pentacles, the Hermit, Moon, and King of Wands. So I am laughing in a shadow reading is because I just want you to know that you're truly meant for greatness. You know, you're not an average human being. You're very, 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 very special. You know, we have two kings. We have two kings, right? Yeah. Saw another king somewhere. But anyway, the point over here is, I feel a lot of y'all are just very anxious about money. I just want you to know that you will not have to worry about money in your future. And you're very much attracting in an equal to you. You know, I feel a lot of y'all just had to settle for any trash you could find on the road. You know, any rodent you found to love, you loved them. And they just bit your hand. And that is not going to be the case anymore. You're going to attract someone on your level. They're coming in very, very soon. But they will only come in once you feel you love yourself. You know, we have Ace of Cups. So you very much have the power right now. You know, this is a timeless reading. Whenever you're seeing this pile number 3, you have the power right now to end all of this and to start a new cycle for yourself. You know, you are the creator of your world. You are the creator of your reality, and you need to realize this. And by realizing this, what I mean is, you need to realize the power you have. And with great power comes great responsibility, right? They just keep saying that in my school. But that has more meaning to me now than it did in school, you know. And what you need to know here is, you have this power to wield, and you're meant to wield this power. You know, and I feel a lot of y'all are meant to be leaders, y'all are meant to be pioneers, and you're only going to be making the kind of money you want to make by not complying. You have to be so outside the norm over here because you're not meant to fit in. You know, stop watering yourself down. Really just embrace who you are at your core over here, you know, because that is going to bring in the abundance. I feel a lot of y'all have a very special North Node, you know. So the more you start following your North Node, the faster you will attract the right people in. And more than anything, you know, you are my magicians and my witches. You'll have great strength, ability, and power. And I think you don't even realize how powerful you are yet. And once you realize how powerful you are, and you will realize that even the worst things in your life was something that you manifested, when you start taking that accountability, new roads will open for you that have never been opened for you. You will get access to realms. You will get access to gates that you couldn't even think for yourself. I'm hearing a crow right now, so I'll take that as confirmation, you know. Like I said, you know, your ancestors are very, very close to you. And they're very, very happy with you. I feel you are the kind of people who don't retaliate, who do what needs to be done, you know. And once you start giving yourself the love that you know you deserve, you will start realizing just how powerful of a magician you are. And you will realize that you have control over all the 4 elements. You know, the 4 elements bend to your will. And you have the ability to integrate the 4 elements with the 5th element, that is your spirit. And that will bring in this abundance that you so wish and you so desire, you know. And what I feel is also going to happen here is, like I said, you know, I feel a lot of y'all are meant to create. Whatever it is, you know, even if it's furniture or something, you're meant to create over here. You're meant to create a company, you're meant to create furniture, you're meant to create a YouTube channel. You know, it's going to be different for everyone. You're meant to create art. You're meant to write poetry. It's going to be very different. You know, I'm picking up a lot of different energies. But another very big message here is, at times you will have to stand up and fight for yourself, and just know that it is okay to fight for yourself. And another very big important thing for you here is going to be boundaries. Y'all have to be alone. You cannot, let me tell you, you know, as a creator myself, you cannot create if you're just out and about every day with people. You will have to learn to say no to people, you know. You will have to learn to say no to people, and you at some point you will even start enjoying it. You know, because I feel you're so nice, you don't like to say no to people. But you will realize that you owe it to yourself to say no to people. Otherwise, you will not be able to do your great alchemical work over here. You're meant to do something very, very great. And take it from me, I'm not just talking out of my ass here. I really see a great, beautiful future for you. And this will only happen by some deep awakenings. And let me tell you, ascension only happens alone. You cannot ascend with anyone. You're meant to reach levels that no one has reached over here. You're meant to create. And this will only happen the more you allow yourself to be alone, the more you give yourself the space to just be, and the space to just let things unravel and uncover, because I feel, and another thing you need to know here is the greatness that you're seeking is not going to come from outside. It has inherently been inside you. The great oak tree is present within the oak seed, right? All the greatness is just going to come out of you. And you may feel that you're not ready, but you are exactly ready. You're exactly where you need to be, and you're more ready than you can think. And you just have to start doing things. I think the more you start doing things, the more things will sort of fall into place. And I think at the end of the day, what this is going to be a test for you it's going to be a test of faith. And I keep saying this on my channel, whether you believe in God or not, faith has to be earned. Blind faith is very dangerous. You might as well not have faith at all. But when you earn your faith, you're really stabilized in it. You're very steadfast in it. You're very fixed in your faith then nothing can waver you. And you very much have, and you will need your faith to accomplish the kind of things you want to, because it's in your destiny regardless. But what right now you have is a choice to follow your destiny. And following your destiny is never easy. Take it from me. So you really, really need to start being honest and authentic to yourself, and start giving yourself the love that you knew that you always deserved. And stop settling in friendships, in relationships, in jobs. Stop complying. You're not meant to comply. I'm picking up very heavy starseed energy also. You could very much identify as a starseed. You're not of this world. You're really not. And you're not meant to fit in. So why waste time trying to fit in, right? Like, conformity is for losers. Let me just say that over here. Shuffle some oracle. Any additional messages here? What can pile number 3 take away? We have card number 12, and you see we have the healing witch. So I feel a lot of y'all are healers of some kind. You're not just meant to heal yourself, but in healing yourself, you will not just be healing your own ancestral patterns, but what you will be also doing is you will be learning how to heal other people. I'm thinking about the first person who came up with Reiki. I'm thinking about the first person who came up with yoga. I'm just drawing a parallel. You're meant to be someone like that. You're not just meant to pave a way for yourself, but you're meant to pave a way for others. So, and what this will do for you also is it will bring you a sense of purpose that is bigger than yourself. And when you have faith and purpose that is bigger than you, then not even your ego can block you. Because I feel what is happening right now is it's your ego blocking you. You have the strength to exercise your own demons. I'm picking up very witchy magical energy from here, so you're definitely my mages and my witches, my tarot readers, my oracle readers, my clairvoyants. So give yourself the space to exercise all these parts of yourself that truly are no longer serving you, and start giving yourself the unconditional love that you so crave from others. Stop trying to bend backwards for people who would not even people who don't even have the best interest in their heart for you. I feel you have a lot of leeches in your life, and the more you learn to say no to people, the more you assert your boundaries and maintain them, the sooner you will come into the abundance and stability that you want. And give yourself the rest you deserve. You very much deserve it. And I feel a lot of y'all are very intuitive. Even if you're not very overtly spiritual, even if you have a very worldly job, just know that you're very intuitive. And you very much have the ability over here to rely on your intuition. And let me tell you, yes, everyone has intuition, but not everyone's intuition is strong. Not everyone has the ability to listen to their intuition and really follow through. But you do. You have your ancestors. right behind you, guiding you through all of this. So yes, you're meant to be alone for now to ascend, but just know that you're not alone. And you have never been alone. And when you realize this, when you start seeing the signs, it will set you free. It will set you free, trust me. Yeah, so that's all I have for pile number 3s again. It was a very powerful reading, so it's a general reading, take what resonates, leave the rest. If you like my style of reading, please like this video, share, subscribe, comment. If you want to reach out for a private reading, you can definitely do that. My email ID and my Instagram handle are given in the description box below. So you can definitely reach out for a private reading, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Thank you.